It's going to be controlled by the rotation of the body, and there's no timing involved. This is quite possibly the greatest idea since New Coke. Okay? And I say to people, they'll have a hook, and I'll go, your arms are starting too late. They need to be more active. They need to get more forward. Oh, well, I'm just going to hook it more. And I scratch my head, and I say, you know what? The entire golfing public needs to stop listening to what they said or what he wrote or any of that stuff and just use a little bit of common sense. What's going to produce more of a hook? The arms being back here, the body stalling and the arms rolling, or the arms being in this position? Now, I haven't taken physics since college in 1987. Would somebody please explain to me how this position is going to produce a hook? Can anybody do that? This is where the misconception happens. And right now, what you guys are about to hear are going to make you smarter than pretty much everybody on GolfWorks that talks about non-timing and timing-based swings and pivot-driven swings and stuff. First off, I believe in pivot-driven swings. I want the rotation of the body to control the rotation of the club. I like nothing more than taking a video of somebody who looks like this after impact, and then I make a change in them, and they look like this after impact. I like nothing more than that. But here is where the misconception happens. Okay, I'm going to lead with my lower body. I'm going to drop my arms like Sergio for lag, and I'm going to let my arms be passive and just have a pivot-driven swing. How am I going to hit the ball from here? I can't. So what happens? Oh, my arms and hands took over, and that's what causes a hook. Why did the arms and hands take over in that situation? Why did the body stall? Because they're so far behind. My arms are so far behind, what do I have to do that doesn't happen? No, I mean, what do I have to do to fix that? Start them sooner. Here's where I get in arguments with a lot of people. Monty, so you're saying the arms need to start first? Every kinematic sequence of good players says that the lower body starts first. Well, I may be insane, but I'm not stupid. I know all of that happens. But here is the thing that people just will not grasp. Okay? Let's say you guys are all the same. And in a perfect golf swing for you all, the arms start 0.05 of a second after the lower body shifts and starts to rotate. Fair? Would we have a problem if the arms started 8 or 9/10 of a second after the hips started? Isn't that a problem? Well, that's what this is. 747. Okay? So when I say you need to feel like, that's the key word, you need to feel like you start with your arms in order that you don't end up in this position. Now what that feel is going to be different from everybody. Some people it's lead with the right elbow. Some people it's left arm off the chest. Some people it's the no-turn cast drill. This has to speed up. This has to start sooner. End of story. Anybody, you see a golfer that looks like this, anybody that says that they don't have to have, see, I guess you could make an argument that you got to keep the right hip back longer so this has more time. So like, you know, more of this. But Dan Carraher, I teach, he and I were doing a clinic like this together, and these words came out of his mouth. And even though I teach this way, I like the way he said it. And of course, I'm going to give him credit for it. He said, I prefer to speed up what's slow than to slow down what's fast. I totally agree with that. I think that's a great way to approach it. So, and then, you know, which brings me a couple more things. Which of these is going to create more speed? This or this? Which one of those is faster? Okay? There's a reason why everyone says, well, Monty, You know, when I say left arm higher, match the shoulder plane, what about Matt Kuchar? He's one of the greatest ball strikers on the tour. The old, well, one guy does it, so it must be okay argument. Well, I've played with Matt Kuchar. Awesome guy, probably the coolest guy on the tour. He's a giant. He's like 6'4", 6'5". Has some of the best eye-hand coordination I've ever seen. Somebody said he could be an Olympic level ping pong player, and I've seen him and I don't doubt it. But this big, huge dude hits at about 250. And the reason is, he gets his left arm plastered to his thing and just rotates. That's why he didn't hit it very far. Now, that, you know, obviously I'm not going to criticize a guy that's been in the top 10 players in the world for a number of years, but I'm talking in context. Whenever I talk about a tour player's swing, I'm obviously not criticizing them. I'm criticizing the context of saying, oh, let's do this, because this guy does it. That's what I'm criticizing. So the point of all this is that the arms and hands must do their part, or else they will take over. I'll even hit you one. I don't want to have an armsy, handsy swing. Every time somebody says that, I want to say, here's your money back. Okay, does this swing look, you guys already know what I'm trying to do. Does this swing look armsy and handsy?